What is up, guys? It's Chris and I am back here, and as you can see, a little change of scenery. I'm no longer at my house. I am now in my college dorm. I am back at Mississippi College, ready to go, firing at all cylinders here at the second semester. So final stretch, gotta finish strong. I know you guys are tired of hearing me talk, so let's go ahead and get straight into part 2 of what it means to be great. I'll share my thoughts after, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. See you soon. What was the biggest obstacle that you had to overcome?
The biggest obstacle I would say would be not being afraid to understand what real sacrifice was to get what I wanted to accomplish actually started and going. I was always afraid, I had started my family, my wife and I together, our kids together. I was always afraid of putting us in a hole, right? I never wanted to step out there and kind of just, have to spend extra money to just get my business started. It was a thing where I didn't want to waste anything because I felt like I had to pump everything into my house to make sure that me and my kids were okay, my wife was okay. The challenge was, just getting over in my own mind, how much is everything going to cost? Are people going to come? Are people going to train with me? How much are they going to pay? All that type of stuff. And I was kind of standing in my own way. Once she kind of put it like, look, man, you're great at what you're doing. They're going to come. Once I got over that fear, I was good. And I was accomplished already. By the time I moved into my first building, I had helped 3 teams win state championships. But at the same time, there was still doubts in my own mind because I didn't have top-notch facilities. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have all my certifications I had, but I just lacked the confidence that I could do it at a higher level. And I wasn't really sure of the ability that I actually had. So I would hold back a little bit. And I would doubt something. And if something somehow failed, I would question my own self, question my own abilities. I got to a point eventually where there's no way you can tell me that what I'm doing isn't top notch, because just look at the results.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back, and the more I hear about his story, the more inspired I am just to go out and conquer the world. Coach Shabazz had so many reasons why he could have just called it quits. Just said, this whole having my own business thing, I just don't think it's for me. But instead, he stood fear straight into the face and he said, no, you're not going to be the master of me. No, I don't think so. Someone who I think reflects this perfectly in the Bible, David and Goliath. David had every right to back down and not face Goliath, but he knew he had God on his side, so he had nothing to worry about. So, in the story, there's a scene where Goliath is talking all of this smack, man. I'm telling you what, he's talking trash to David and his people. He's just like, man, you are nothing. None of you guys can beat me. And David's like, you know what? I can beat you. And you want to know the awesome part? He doesn't give any of himself the credit because he knew that he wouldn't be able to do anything if it wasn't for God. And I'll tell you what, he drops the biggest comeback line, I think, ever. Alright, this is in 1 Samuel chapter 17, verses 45 through 46. David said to the Philistine, you come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and I'll strike you down and cut off your head. And those of you that aren't very familiar with the story, that's exactly what ends up happening. And the reason David was able to beat Goliath is because he realized himself that he had no control over the situation, that he himself did not have the physical power to beat Goliath. He knew the only way they would stand against the Philistines is if he totally relied 100% on God to give him strength. And I think more often than not, why we're so scared and fearful to do things is because we rely on our own strength instead of relying on what God can do in our life. This is something I can really struggle with as an athlete. especially when you're in the weight room and you're practicing and you're putting in all this effort and you're thinking, God, do I get any credit? Man, I tell you what, that is my sinful nature. I think that all the time. But the thing is that when you take the credit and things don't go your way, what's gonna more often than not end up happening is you're gonna end up taking the blame, and you're gonna end up thinking, man, what could I have done differently? But if you rely on God and things don't go your way, you know that it wasn't anything you did, that it's all in God's plan. When things do go your way, that is a great opportunity, the perfect opportunity to give 100% credit to God. So that's what I learned from this video, is that don't rely on your own strength, right? Rely on God's strength, just like David, just like Coach Shabazz did, and you can do amazing things with your life. Guys, please let me know what you're learning from these videos. If you have any video suggestions, just please let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing you guys talk and love hearing your suggestions and what you guys think about the video. So that being said, that's gonna wrap it up. Rely on God and not yourself, and I will see you in part 3.